Hey everybody, welcome to the Under 30 podcast. You are still with me, Maki, again, wearing the same shirt as last week. Don't be surprised. We recorded it right after, but we're releasing it a week later because smart.
For influencers.
Yeah, you know, maybe we should record a week so that we can reserve episodes and all that crap. Just being smart about it. Joining me today are my co-stars, equally the same people as the previous week. Um, the lady who's very unhappy about her pimple. Mariana,
Hi, it's right
yay!
here.
And my other co-star, for whatever reason, still very stressed about her internet.
Hoy, hindi naman.
Yeah.
We wish for the best.
Yeah. And
Okay.
extra wishing because Franch is the one who's recording our
The
episodes.
episodes.
So, kanina she sent a message na
Thanks for
na
exposing me,
nawawala na ulit. Sorry. She's still stressing about the internet.
Hoy, hindi
Okay.
na. A little bit.
So, guys, for this episode,
Yeah.
you already know since I told you earlier, but for the first time, we
Ever.
actually have a topic suggestion from one of our avid listeners. So thank
Avid.
you.
Thanks to
Thank
this
you,
person.
Gab. Do we name him? I think we name him. Thank you, Gab. Gab,
Wala na
I just
apelido.
realized
Wag
that
na.
his surname is just one letter away from mine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ngayon ko lang na-realize. Gab,
So, people would know.
yeah. Gab, thank you for suggesting this particular topic. Sakto kasi we actually wanted to talk about something around this idea.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about what this topic that Gab suggested. And for those who are listening, if you're interested to also share topics, interests, questions, ask for advice or whatever, just head over to our Twitter page, pin tweet. It's a Google form where you can send your shit. If you're if you think that's too much work, just send a DM to any of us or to the podcast Twitter, and then just say whether you want to be identified in the podcast or not. And then if you want to be identified, great. If you don't want to be identified, just say, please call me just call me Ariel or Elsa or
Give a random
whatever.
name,
Just-
yeah.
Yeah, bahala na kayo on how you want to be identified. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Game.
This topic, it's kind of polarizing, somewhat related to the episode last time. We talked about family and just Megan kind of just outed herself and her family. So this is what Gab sent me. First, Gab sent me a screenshot of a tweet by. Wag na, I'll just read the tweet. I'll just read the tweet.
Go.
Okay, sabi sa tweet, tangina ang pangit ng parenting culture sa Pilipinas. Aawayin ka, tapos within a few seconds, okay na. Parang walang nangyari, di talaga i-address yung problem. Tapos yung damage, lahat sa bata. Okay? May nag-reply dun sa tweet na yun saying, and then kapag naging emotionally, mentally unstable yung bata, sasabihin nag-iinarte. After this, Gab sent another message saying, sort of related po sa ganyang topic, more on parenting culture po yung pag-iinarte ganaps. Like, ano nga ba kapag sinabihang nag-iinarte? Inarte ba talaga in such o baka may other reasons po? Pero napaperceive na siya as pag-inarte because ganito ganyan, mga ganun. So, he just wanted to explore on, I guess that non-addressing of issues. And yeah. Okay. I had to look back. Oh, wait. Nagets na ba? Kasi nagets na ba natin? Because Franch was kind of confused earlier. You're talking about that. Sige. Right now, I'm recalling moments where some of the things that happened to me or my parents did or did not talk about with me, how it kind of shaped me. Trying to remember these kinds of moments. But on the top of my head, Sure, definitely. What parents do or not do, address or not address, 100% affects how a kid. I'm not a
Grow.
child psychologist, huh? I'm not a psychiatrist. Let's just get it out of the way. We're not experts. I guess
Yes.
we're all just coming from our own experiences and from the
Mhm.
stories that we learned from our friends, from our relatives,
Our own,
from
yeah.
movies, from I mean, um, I guess for me, uh, uh, largely one of the things na te ay, hindi ko ma-phrase ng hindi ko in-expose yung sarili ko, no?
There's no way out.
Yeah,
No
there's
way.
no way out. Yeah. I guess it comes back to how some of the Filipino families are very non-confrontational. If there are alam mo yun, hindi priority mag-reconcile, and there's this expectation na papatawarin mo na to. Alam mo yun, kapag nangyari to, nangyari yan. In our family, just recently lang to when there are so many times na nag-argue kami, and then it just melts, yung nabuong galit, it just melts down, na hindi na siya galit, ano na lang siya, parang, sige na nga, alam mo yun, naging forgiveness na lang siya,
Yeah.
without actually addressing the issue. Hindi siya nagiging conversation, is what I'm trying to say. Up until recently, my parents are like gods, you know? If they say something, and you don't question it. You don't question it. Pag sinagot mo, question mo, bastos ka. Bastos ka! Ba't mo ko sinasagot? Ganun mo yun? I guess lots of families relate to this one. And I think that's not a very healthy way on how you can tell a kid na his opinions or his or her opinions or his or her thoughts matter. Alam mo yun?
That's true.
Suddenly, it is dwarfed by the mere fact that you're just someone's kid. Parang ganun. So I guess that shaped me up a bit, and for a while, um, for a while, I I thought that it's bad to voice out your opinions. I guess, and then I kind of embraced the brand of being the pasaway kid. Alam mo yun? It can be two things eh. You just shut up, or you just don't accept it, and then fuck this and shit and all that. I became that. I kind of embraced being the black sheep of the family. Bunso ako eh. So parang expectation, parang ew, ganyan, na ikaw yung black sheep, ikaw yung pasaway and all that. And I became vocal like all the time. If I witness a particular wrong thing, I just voice it out. But at the same time, it's not always right. Alam mo yun? It's not always beneficial to the situation or to anyone. Sometimes you just have to shut up. Up until recently, we don't talk about certain issues about this one. So, ba sinagot ko yung parents ko. Ang mangyayari, hindi nila ako papansinin. At ako pa rin yung magpapatawad. Alam mo yun? Ako pa rin yung sorry,
Ikaw pa rin mag-a-adjust. Nagsasorry ka
Ako pa rin
talaga.
yung,
As in like,
nagsisorry talaga ako. Pero we don't talk about it. Sorry lang. And then, alam mo yun, they don't, may, ano pa rin, may sermon pa din.
Yeah.
Na, sorry, tas manilermon sila and all that. Pero,
ikaw kasi.
oo.
Yun.
Pero recently, ganito na siya. Hindi, pag-usapan natin ito. Nasisigawan na. Kasi galit na talaga. And then, alam mo yung parang nabuhusan na malamig na tubig and become like, okay, ba't kami nag-aaway? Hindi na, lumayo na kami dun sa topic na pinag-aawayan namin. Nabuhusan kami ng malamig na tubig. Nagulat kami. Okay, wait, ba't tayo nag-aaway? Literal to this is what happens. Okay, sige. Ikaw muna magsalita, ma. Halatang tuloy na ikaw yung laging kaaway ko.
Exposed.
Sige, ikaw muna magsalita. Makikinig lang ako. Ganun talaga, medyo strong pa rin. Hindi nagsalita siya, explain niya. My mom, she's not very, she, alam mo yun, the way I carry my words, she doesn't do it as well versed. Yeah, as well. So sometimes she gets trapped with her own words and all that. And when I was younger, exploited I go like, di ba sabi mo, ganito, ganyan, bakit ka ganyan ngayon? And then, I mean, we're past that now. And then, magsasalita siya, sabihin ko, okay, ganito kasi yung sinasabi ko, ganito kasi yung problema ko, ganyan. And then, that's it. Tapos, okay, do we adjust? We don't adjust, I'll be fine. And then let's not adjust. And then, or do we adjust? We forgive each other. And then, we always try to end the topic na, okay, nak, sorry, ganyan. Or, ma, sorry. And then, tapos na. So, to answer your question, Gab, di ko pala sinagot yung tanong ni Gab. To answer your question, Gab, nag-iinarte as a term, I think it's a term that most Filipino families use if they can't understand the cause of something, you know? Sure, pwede nag-iinarte nga, pero at the same time, it's just the term we use for things that we think are unacceptable and I think we don't understand. So, yun. Ayun, sorry, ang haba ng sinabi ko.
It's okay.
What do you guys think?
Ako, I remember my mom usually, Kuya, please get out. Sorry, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Nakaka-irita yung kuya ko. Bigla niya akong yung pinto. Anyway, ito, parang, yung, ang dami mong sinabi ko yung Maki, like, I'd like to build on that. Kasi yung una kong, like, on top of my mind, ang lumabas na scenario, as an only child, it was hard. Kasi all attention was directed to me. As in, like, lahat ng bagay. Ako lang yung pwedeng may kasalanan kasi ako lang yung anak na nandun. So, walang iba.
Yeah.
Tapos, ang mangyayari, usually, my mom would, like, parang maniniramon siya, like, to the point na sometimes she insults me. Like, yung, like, really says, you know, parang yung hurtful words, alam mo, parang hindi ko naman deserve. Like, mom, I'm sorry. Like, mom, you're great and all, I love you. Pero sometimes, like, it's like, parang yung below the belt for a kid. For a kid. I remember this one time, parang mababa lang yung grades ko. Tapos she was really pressuring me to do well. Ako nga, bilang wala naman akong pakialam, saka ang tatalino ng mga klase ko. Parang wala talaga akong pake. Kasi it was so hard for me. Tapos parang sabi sa akin, kasi sinabi yung word na, ano ba yan, ang bobo mo, parang kang tatay mo. Oh my God, in-expose ko na yung buong pamilya ko. Anyway. So parang gano'n, na parang afterwards, parang, like, after a few hours, like, she wouldn't say sorry. Lalabas lang siya with, like, I don't know, merienda or food or, like, something to, alam mo yun, parang, basta they never, like, I think my mom said sorry sometimes. Pero, like, most of the time, wala. Parang it's through an act of, like, service or whatsoever. But for me, it's important now we hear the word, you know, sorry. Kasi, like, I think for some parents, it's hard for them to say sorry to their kid. Kasi lagi na nang iniisip, di ba? Like, as you said, parents are gods, kung ano sabihin nila, it's unquestionable. So parang for me, like, you know, when you hear those insults, it makes me think na parang, okay, so okay lang insultin yung ibang tao the way that my mom talks to me sometimes. Or like to say all those hurtful words. Kasi like, yeah, she gets away with it. And then ako naman, like what you said, di ba Kuya Maki, it just parang it just melts. Kasi parang ako feeling ko, wala akong karapatan magalit sa nanay ko. Ganun yung pakiramdam ko na parang whatever she does to me, parang she raised me and all these things. So feeling ko, kahit ano man ang sabihin niya, kung anong gawin niya, like, it's fine, she's my mom, I love her, she loves me. Pero like, and then I realized when I growing up, nung college na ako, I realized na it's not supposed to be like that, na parang you should give the kid, you know, space to breathe, or like, just be, parang channel to tell you kung ano yung gusto niyang sabihin. So for me, I don't know if I answered the question, pero parang, when we talk of, like, pag-iinarte, kasi diba, yung scenario would be, pag naging mentally unstable yung bata, dahil dun sa parenting na ginawa, na parang, some parents won't take the responsibility. Diba, parang, no, wala akong kasalanan dyan, it's all on you, parang, kaya ka naging ganyan, kasi it's not me. Like, pag-iisip mo yan, utak mo yan, so it's not my fault. Pero diba, parang, it makes sense. Parang, like our childhood, how we were raised, parang, they have to acknowledge the fact now, words really can hurt kids. Parang, it's not something to just take lightly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Thank you for exposing Megan and sharing that. That was kind of intense. I'm glad you shared. Mm-hmm. Glad you, Actually, when you think about it, so many things that happen to us and decisions we make are largely, when you look back and try and check na, hala, oo nga, no. Na ito
True.
pala yung naging influence nitong gantong decision, nitong gantong ganyan. And decisions like years ago affects the decisions now. And I think that's weird when you think about it. Franch, mukhang nag-iisip ng malalim.
Because I was trying, sobrang daming scenarios na pumasok sa isip ko while listening to your stories. And parang growing up, dumaan ako dun sa yung typical teenage phase na sumasagot sa magulang, napapalo and everything. And then, tapos panganay pa ako. Tapos sobrang, dumaan talaga ako sa phase na as in like, may time, oh my God, first napalo akong tsinelas, walis, gano'n. As in legit, oh my God, di ko alam ano pinagawayan na. Tapos galit talaga ako. Tapos basta, gano'n. So yun. Tapos na-realize ko na we don't say sorry. Parang ano na lang, lumilipas. Parang we don't talk for a certain time. And then, parang eventually, sabay pa rin kakain or pagkakain tatawagin ka and all that, ganyan. And, I don't know, feeling ko it just, parang hindi kami super detached with each other, pero at the same time, it became a reason why we're not like super close. Na, unlike other Filipino families na, you know, very cheeky with each other, na, oh my, very sweet, very malambing, ganun. Parang kami, like, casual. Parang sweet.
Yeah.
May times lang siguro na sweet, like, pag-birthday or, I don't know, special occasion. Pero not on a regular kind of thing na very sweet.
Yeah, I can see that.
Tapos, feeling ko dun papasok yung thing na pag-iinarte. Kasi very, how do you call this? Not very, conservative, traditional, yeah. Yung mindset ng parents. Kasi siguro, dahil nga close din with like, our grandparents.
Extended family.
And extended family. So, very, talaga, hindi cultured. I don't know, I can't think of the proper term. Pero parang hindi sila
up to date.
Yeah, yung mindset nila. So, kaya nila nasasabi na pag-iinarte lang yung isang bagay.
Nasabihan ka na ba, Franch?
Na?
Nag-iinarte ka?
Ay, hindi. Kasi hindi naman ako nag-expose na emotions sa family. So,
nandun kasi ganung point na you're not very affectionate towards them.
Kami, I think kaming magkakapatid, we're not really yung nagpapakita ng emotions with each other unless puro kagaguhan lang, ganun. Pero, no, my sisters are listening right now. So,
kailan kayo huling nag-I love you sa isang relative? Isang family member? Parents or...
birthday ko.
Like I love you, ma, or...
Oo, kasi parang...
love you, ate.
Ay, mga kapatid ko hindi.
Wait, you don't say that daily?
No.
Really?
Hindi.
Yeah, you love your parents?
No.
Hindi kami difference, Megan, because kami, we live with our parents.
Yeah.
I guess the certain distance gap makes it, alam mo yun, kasi mag-I love you ka, alam mo yun,
makikita mo siya.
Bukas. Alam mo yun? Alam mo yun, yung gano'n, weird, di ba? Love you pa.
No.
Yes.
Very
Family to family.
Oo.
Yeah.
Feeling, case to case.
Okay.
So, feeling ko, same with what Sir Maki said na it boils down dun sa fact na hindi kasi nila naiintindihan yung isang bagay. So, they think na pag-iinarte lang yun. So, ayun.
Yeah. Lagi rin natin narinig na nung panahon ko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kasi parang they always say that in their time,
wala
times were
masyadong...
tougher.
Yeah.
Times
Pero
were more
walang
difficult.
cases, mga ganun.
Yeah. Parang ang dating nun, parang in those times, which is harder and harsher, there's no room for pag-iinarte.
Yeah,
Yes,
for those
yes.
types of
Alam mo yun?
things.
Parang halimbawa, mas mapakaramdam mo. Di ba? Mas mapakaramdam mo, may kailangan kang gawin na task and then they would have said, kung ako yan, noong panahon dati, anak ako, ganyan, mas mapakaramdam ko, gagawin ko pa rin yan. Pero ikaw, hindi, nag-inarte ka kasi sakit likod mo, masakit yung alam mo yun? Alam mo yun, may ganong gap
Yes.
na what they grew up with, what they did
It's
when
very
they were in the same
different
situation. Yeah.
from
It's very harsh, yeah. Di ba people are saying always, people have been mentioning na there are more people, the kids today daw are, more depressed, blah, 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 blah. Nung panahon ko,
Walang
wala yung
ganon,
depression
diba?
na yan, wala lang yan, lungkot lang yan. Iinom mo na yan. Ganun lang eh. Alam mo yun? Kasi they didn't have a word for it. They didn't know what it
Yes.
was. And they were raised in a tough time where alam mo yun, there's no room for that. Yeah, I guess that's a huge part. Tinanong ko yung I love you because I distinctly remember when the last time I said I love you to my
so
dad.
kailan?
And that was when?
I think that was December 23 of
Bakit?
December
That's a
23
long
of
time.
yeah, December 20 yeah, 23 or 26, I'm not sure. But so the year was 2009, I think. I was a freshman then.
Why do you vividly remember that?
Because my mom was away. She's doing this convention thing. She's a secretary to a pastor.
Mhm.
And then we had a Christmas service at church. And then as a churchgoer that time, I don't sit with my family. I have my barkada. So I sit with my barkada. My sister was there. My brother was already somewhere else, like maybe in LB, I'm not sure. And then, so kami tatlo lang, my dad, my sister, and I. It's a Christmas service, so it's heavily centered on family, and the pastor was like heavily affecting everybody emotionally. Na nagte-trigger talaga yung mga sinasabi on how you can go back to your family and all that. And tinamaan kami. And then he asked, inaanyahan ko po ang mga pamilya na umupo magkakasama. Eh di, umupo kami ng dad ko and then my sister and I. Tapos, tabi-tabi kami. And then kami, parang napapa-reflect kami na, okay, hindi ko nga na-appreciate yung family ko so much and then they're doing everything and so many things for me and all that. Tapos umiyak ako. Tapos sabi ko, ate, I love you. Papa, I love you. Ah! I think that was the last time I said I love you to my parents. I rarely do. So, which is weird because I say that to everybody.
Same.
I mean, to say that to everybody else. Like, okay
Friends.
lang yan,
Tapos on a random
blah, blah, blah.
basis.
Yeah.
Diba? Very casual.
Yeah. It's weird.
Feeling
So,
ko,
going back.
part of it is upbringing
Yeah.
din.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how we deal with it, how we perceive yung mga situations na ganito.
Yeah.
Our
So,
culture upbringing.
It's very difficult to answer specifically on what's pag-inarte and what's not. There's no concrete way to say it, but what we know is this. It's not always pag-inarte.
Yes.
And sometimes
They
it's
can
just,
be valid.
sometimes it's just people not knowing what's the best or what's the better way to handle some situations. I mean, you don't understand in person. So
yeah. So I think, talaga, I don't know, parang feeling ko communication is really needed, especially if you feel like you're misunderstood. Like if you're being wronged for something na hindi naman talaga mali. Parang it's a two-way thing na you let them understand you, at the same time you try to understand them or where they're
coming from.
Yeah, where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And hindi lang yung basta na magagalit ka or parang you're pag na-feel mo na against sila sa perspective mo, iba-block off mo agad. It's not, feeling ko hindi siya as healthy. You have to have a discourse on it.
Yeah, basically
Oh, yeah.
you expect something you wanted to give. Alam mo yun? Or you
Yes.
give something you expect. So if you expect to be understood and heard, you should also give it. Like, okay,
You
gusto ko
also
marinig
try.
ako. Yeah, you also try to hear and understand another person.
Yeah.
That was awesome, guys. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing some very vulnerable moments in your life.
Are we
I
gonna
don't know why
upload this?
I don't know why we keep on doing this and then telling ourselves, why did I say that afterwards? But we still do it. And thank you, Gab, for I hope you're okay.
Thanks.
I hope you're
Yes.
okay. I hope you weren't asking this because you were going through something similar. And if you are, well, kaya mo yan. It's communication really. And I know it's not easy. We're saying communication.
Communication.
Pero it's not easy. Alam mo yun, kakusapin mo yung tatay mo, pa, let's talk. And then,
Yes.
alam mo yun, it's
So hard.
no.
Oh.
It's weird. To get there, it's a step-by-step process of being shy and scared and embarrassed. And
Yes.
No?
And being brave.
it's not easy. But
Never
we
easy.
all know that's the first step. So
Mm.
have a discussion, have a conversation, be heard and hear and listen.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to be listened to, you listen first and all that. Yeah. Next episode, let's talk about how we're gonna be when we're parents. Shut up.
Oh my God!
What are the
But
things
even
kasi
what
sabi natin na,
kids?
Do you even want to
naging,
become a parent?
No.
In
For another
this
episode,
world?
charot.
Okay.
Kasi sabihin, nakakainis si mama. Pag ako naging magulang na, hindi ko
Hindi ako
gagayahin
ganyan.
yung ginagawa ni mama.
Sobrang
It's those. So
accurate.
I'll talk about those. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pag ako naging magulang, yung anak ko, hahayaan ko lang siya. Hayaan kong gumawa siya ng mga desisyon niya
Para sa sarili niya.
para sa sarili niya. Magiging open lang ako at makikinig sa kanya. Hindi ko siya papaluin. Di ba may mga ganun pa? Pag ako nagkaanak, hindi ko siya papaluin, ma! Ma! Ayaw na.
Parang nagiging drama na. Radio drama. Alright. So,
Thank you for
ayun.
listening,
Abangan
everybody.
natin yun sa next episode.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you have things you wanted to share, Twitter, Google Form, DM any
Yes.
of us or the podcast Twitter. All right. Thank you
Thanks,
guys for sharing.
guys.
And thank you for listening. You.
Bye.
Bye.